Okay, so I want to record this moment because I just said some stuff. Sometimes this happens, sometimes this happens when I'm in therapy where the words that come out, it makes sense. Okay, let me give myself a minute. I've said this before, that sometimes when I'm in session, the words just come out, and sometimes it's exactly what I needed to say, even though it's not me, but it is me. Safety. The question was, is there a liability with feeling our emotions? Being transparent, that's what it was. The question was, is there a liability by giving ourselves permission to be, to feel our emotions in a transparent manner, express our emotions in a transparent manner, knowing that there might be situations where if we do so, it might cost us, right? It might cost us to be emotional. For example, in his Latino family, right? Where emotions are perceived in a certain way, not necessarily it's multicultural, really. It's this theme of not feeling, not showing emotion, bucking up, or whatever you want to call it. So the question was, is it a liability? And my answer to this person was, well, first I clarified, are you asking my opinion? It was already at the end of session. He said, yeah. So I said, is it a liability? Gosh darn it, what did I say? It was this element of, the more you work on yourself, it's not to say that you are at fault, because it kind of trailed on into this whole philosophical conversation about the community and one's responsibility to the community. So we were talking, I explained that it starts with us at the individual level, right? I've been saying that through this journey. The more we do our own healing, the more we're able to find the balance within ourselves, find the balance of our truth within ourselves. And that occurs when your mind and your heart is in alignment. So your mind are your thoughts, how you perceive the world, how you perceive yourself. The heart is the experience and the emotions connected to the experience, the expression, right? The how you experience the world emotionally. So heart and mind alignment. That will then give you your truth. That will then give you your truth. And when you find your truth, however you find it, whether it's through therapy or traveling or having, conscious raising discussions, however it unfolds for you, to be able to get closer and closer to that inner alignment between your mind and your heart for your truth, you become balanced, you become regulated. That's what it was, because I'm going to send him I'll include the link again, that link of that article about tapping into and viewing our emotions as a self-regulating sense, right? And gosh, that speaks to some of the other poems that I wrote too, about emotions as another sense. It's something intangible that you can feel. So back to the question, liability. When you're in alignment, you will have the ability to discern. You will have the ability to discern how to respond diplomatically versus react emotionally. Because when we react emotionally, there's an imbalance. That's what it is. There's an imbalance when we react emotionally. And it could be an imbalance in the world around us or within us. And it's both, because if the world around us is unbalanced, we are going to feel imbalanced. And that's why we were talking about just the interconnectedness of everything. And so he's gaining more insight, more awareness, right? In terms of how this is affecting him. And so because our world right now is striving for balance, there's a lot of emotional reactivity going on. That's why. And so, yeah, the more we heal, the more internal work we choose to do, because it's always a choice, your expansion will have a different impact. Finding the balance within your truth. That's what he said. He's just like, we need to find you a publishing company. And that should be your title, is what he said. Finding the balance within your truth. he said, it's always at the end of the session where the wisdom comes out. And I'm like, that's true, right? I'm like, I need to shut this trap. That's so funny. But that was cool. I learned something new. Neurodivergence. I need to look that up. Neurodivergent. He asked me if I knew about that. I said no. It's a more holistic approach. So I'm going to look into that. Neurodivergence. That was it. It's March 16th. I have a couple hours for my next client, and I'm cutting away through my day, really. Okay. Hi, my name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience, that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me.